What is going on, guys? My name is Lextasy and welcome back to the channel. And yes, you are not mistaken, that is a 2021 Ram TRX right behind me that I just purchased about 700 to 800 miles ago. And if you missed the last video where we actually revealed this car and another one that we got for the channel, both are 2021, both are brand new. Definitely check it out. I'll post a link in the description. You will not be disappointed whatsoever. And today we're going to go over the 5 things I like and dislike about my 2021 Ram TRX 702 horsepower supercharged 6.2 liter motor, weighing 6,400 pounds. I've put about 700 miles on this thing, so I have really pushed it to its limits in a lot of different ways, even before the braking period was officially over. So there's a lot to go over, guys, but without further ado, let's get this beast on the road and let's talk about it. I want to start with the 5 things I like because it's not hard. It is not hard to come up with the 5 things whatsoever because, I mean, this thing is just a beast. First off, let's start with the power, guys. I mean, come on now. 702 horsepower. That sucker takes off like there's no tomorrow. I mean, it does things that even a Scat Pack charger or a V8 motors don't do. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And he can outperform a lot of them already just from factory. We are going to get on the road and I am going to give it a lot of gas, so you guys will see what I'm talking about. But 702 horsepower, guys, is remarkable. It is insane. You absolutely feel it. The reaction time is awesome. Like the way it takes off, there's no lag whatsoever. Of course, you're talking about a supercharged motor, so there is no lag, but I do want to show it to you guys because it's worth looking at. It really is. And what I love about it is they did put that little, I don't know, what do they call them? Easter eggs when it comes to, oh, I don't know, the one that shall not be spoken of because it's not even on the same level. But first off, that is not the motor. This is not the motor. This is actually an intake cover because the intake actually uses the hood's front, I guess, hood scoop. I don't know how to say it, but that is an actually active arrow, so it actually works and it actually throws and forces air into the motor. But this little cover, if I can pop it off here, first off, covers the massive intake underneath here. And by the way, there's the Easter egg right there. That is a TRX eating a raptor, which is super cute, and that is usually what happens in nature anyway. So I'm sorry, guys, but this thing is just on another level. All right, guys, and number 2 on my list of things I love about this Ram TRX is the options. Now, here's what I mean by that. First off, let's look at what this one's actually equipped with and what it comes with. So this is, of course, the Monroe knee label for the truck or whatever you want to call it. So the options that I got on a base price of pretty much $69,900, so $70,000. This one does have a few things like the technology group, which is $1,000. It gives you heads-up display, rear view dimming mirror. Then you got the trailer group, which gives you the trailer light, which I love personally, and you can see in the bed. Advanced safety group, blah blah blah, gives you the rear cross traffic alert, a pedestrian emergency brake, which I really can't stand, so I don't care about that option, to be honest with you. Lower two-tone paints, $250, whatever. TRX level 2 equipment group. This is the most important one because this one really matters to me. It gives you the ventilated seats and of course the leather trimmed bucket seats, wrapped driver seat assist handles, blah blah blah. There's a lot of stuff on here. The heated steering wheel, heated second row and cooled second row as well, which is awesome. But then there's other things like, well, here's what I mean by options. It's got the off-road style boards by Mopar, so those are $1,100. Then you got the bed mounted tire carrier Mopar, $1,000. Then you have the 18x9 B-Lock capable aluminum wheels, which is so freaking sick. And then of course you got the Ram bar, that's another $2,000. So in just those a few options alone, you're looking at $6,000. But here's the thing, I love them. I love these options. Yes, am I ever going to oh, I don't know, off-road it enough that this might come in handy if I roll it? Or I don't know, I'll actually blow out a freaking massive 325 or 315 tire? Probably not. Then I will never ever have to use that whatsoever. Now from factory, they actually mount that spare tire underneath, but I actually took it off and put it on the carrier because I think it looks so sick. I love it, man. Like just the fact that you can option it out with something like that, it just changes the look. Amount of looks people that drive by give me is awesome. It's just so cool because it's something different, man. That bar alone just makes this truck look humongous. When it pulled up to my dealership on the day of delivery, I couldn't believe it, man. Like I am 6'3" and I've had Ram Rebels, I've had just regular 1500s. This thing is huge compared to me. Like it's still way taller than me, and it's such a wide presence and I love it. But yeah, the option list on this goes on for days. Of course, you get the panoramic sunroof, which I honestly don't need. No need for it whatsoever. There is something called the Launch Edition as well, which gives you like this, I don't know what to call it. It's almost like a greenish bluish color that's only specific for the 702 of those that are ever going to be made. That's another option. It gives you some other things as well, but I love the option list on this thing. The stuff you can put on it, I love it. Now the steps aren't the best ones, to be honest with you. I don't know, I don't really use them. It's like a midway point that makes no sense because it's not low enough that I can actually use them, and it's not high enough that I don't. So it's an awkward way of getting in and out. All right, number 3 on my list, guys, is of course the looks of this Ram Rebel TRX. Dude, just standing next to it, it feels like a freaking T-Rex is staring me in the eyes right now, and I don't want to make eye contact with it whatsoever, but God, it's so freaking aggressive. Look at that front end. Look at that massive grill. It's not too much. It's not like, you know, too big where it just hits you and makes your eyes sore, but it looks amazing. Look at the freaking lights that they put in to the hood scoop as well. Those work. These vents on the side of the headlights are actually active. You can actually see the other side of it. So they are legitimate vents to cool off, I guess, the brakes or for aerodynamics. I don't know what it is, but this thing is actually 8 feet wide. And because it's 8 feet wide, you got the little side markers that you have to have on those, just like the Raptor has. So the looks of it, this angle is just sexy. You go on this side, this angle is just mean. Like, it looks like it could kind of run over a car and it'll be a speed bump for it. This angle looks good. Like, it's just every side of it. I love it. From this side, just being able to see that tire in the back if you're tall enough. But golly, the massive pipe sticking out, the TRX massive emblem. Yes, we'll take the other little Dodge dealership sticker off, but golly, guys, everything about this truck, every angle is just on another level. The bead locks look so sick. I wish they were in red, but like, just being able to see the Bilstein shocks or dampers or whatever you want to call them is so amazing. I can't stop talking. I'm fanboying about this truck. Even after a week and a half of owning it already, I'm still in love with it. And you know, it's a truck. Usually you can't say that about a truck, but here I am just fanboying and loving every second of driving this thing. All right, guys, number 4 on my list is, of course, the technology. Dodge, Ram, Chrysler, Mopar, whatever, they're always known for just overdoing everything, including technology. Here's what I mean by it, guys. You can go through so much stuff through just this little menu right here, from performance to off-road, so you can see what angle I'm sitting at. So I guess I'm at 24 degrees, wheel articulation, whatever, the PSI, which is normal, speedometer. Then you go into here. This is like a massive cockpit. I mean, you're talking what, a 12-inch screen, guys. So I mean, look at this 12-inch screen, guys, right here, that does all kinds of stuff. You got your performance map right now on here, so you can actually adjust it to sport, of course, adjust the paddle shift to the stability control, the steering, everything like that. You can go to snow, towing, mud, sand, rock, Baja. I mean, this thing is equipped to handle any sort of things you throw at it. And look, it even pops up on the screen. Dang it, where'd it go? Let's do rock. Let's see what rock looks like. To enter rock, shift to 4-wheel drive low. That's sick. Okay, mud, sand. Mud, sand, that's so sick. Baja is like it's jumping, I guess, in the dunes. That is so awesome. What's sport look like? Nice on the track. I actually never seen that. That is so awesome. So all this technology, they've also added all this here, so you can adjust, of course, the 4-wheel drive auto. You can do axle lock, 4-wheel drive high, low, and then of course you got the launch control button here. You got the TRX menu, so when you press that, of course, it takes you to the performance page there. I mean, this thing is just so loaded with technology. You got a phone charging here, wireless, so you can always plug it in or just put it in here and it'll do it for you. This is what I love. This is new for them. This is like a rear view camera, so you can actually see it. That way you don't have that massive tire or wheel in the back or the headrest bothering you whenever you look in the back. It is a pretty smart addition. I haven't seen that on any of the Rams before. That's the first one, but it's so freaking loaded with all kinds of stuff. Controls, of course, for the heated, cool, the backup camera. It's just, I love it, guys. I can't get enough of all this. So honestly, if they just added like half of this technology, it's plenty. But every time you get into a Ram truck, you're comfortable, you're happy. There's like nothing you can think of that you can add into it that it's missing that's like would change your whole life because it's not on this thing. Everything that's on here is overkill, and half of it you're not even going to use. I mean, it's even got the heads-up display. I mean, come on now. I don't even remember last time I looked at that thing, but a Ram truck has it. That's so awesome. All right, guys, and the last thing on my list of things that I really love about this truck is the quietness of the ride. What do I mean by that, and why is that important? Well, because I drive 10 to 15 miles each way to work in the mornings, when you want all the peace and quietness so you can get your mind together, you don't want to hear the 325s roaring from the outside and just giving you a headache before you even get to work. So this way, like I'm doing 50 miles an hour right now and I'm going to shut up. Just listen to how quiet it is on the inside. Nothing. The only thing you can hear is, well, the orchestra of the 6.2 liter supercharged motor giving it gas. That's it. That's the only thing you can hear, and that's because I want to hear it. That's why I bought the truck. So that's fine with me, but golly, this thing is just, it's awesome. All right, let's do that one more time, guys. I'm getting on the road and just stop it. God, Jesus, man. That should be illegal, dude. I'm telling you. But again, you could be doing 70, 80 miles an hour and you won't hear anything from the outside. But whenever you're ready, stop it and just give it everything, man. And oh, dude, why is my turn signal still on? This thing is so much fun to drive. I cannot stress it enough. Stress, I don't even know I'm stressing it. There's nothing to stress. This is relaxation, man. Oh my goodness, dude. This truck should just be completely illegal. Like, this shouldn't exist. There was no reason to stuff this massive of a motor inside of a Ram 1500 anyways. Now, we can tow like 8,400 pounds, which is amazing. That's what we bought it, is to tow the other vehicle that we got, of course, which you should definitely check out the next video, the last video, that we can see what it is. In the next video, we're going to be talking about the 5 things I like and dislike about the other vehicle that we got as well, which is 800 horsepower from factory. But today, we are just... Dude, it almost wants to get sideways on you, man. Oh my goodness, poor Prius. I think I scared it. Dude, it's so funny. Oh my gosh, dude, this thing is amazing. But let's talk about the 5 things I do not like about this truck. And quite honestly, they're there. Like, I'm not making these up. These are legitimate things I don't like, and I think a lot of you guys will not like them either, because it's just, I don't know, it's very easy to notice. So let's start with the first one. The first one is the gas mileage. Yes, I can't believe you're bringing this up right now. And the reason I'm bringing it up is, well, even a 6,400 pound truck, yes, even with a 700 horsepower engine, should get better than 9 miles a gallon on the highway. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they posted on there. Let's look it up. How much they say it's supposed to get? 10 miles a gallon city and 14 miles on the highway? Please, somebody come out here from Opar, drive this truck for a week on the roads that I drive, which is straight highway for 15 miles, and tell me how I'm supposed to get 14 miles a gallon. I've been cruising at 60 miles on the right lane, driving like a granny, and I've never been able to get it over like 10.5, if that. So whatever numbers they came up with is it's literally just a made up numbers just to prove my point, I guess. But so like I said, miles per gallon is super rough on this truck. I'm filling up every other second or third day, quite honestly, but it is what it is. You bought a $90,000 truck, so might as well enjoy it and use it for miles per gallon, not miles per gallon. So that it is what it is. One thing you're going to notice, and of course it ties into the miles per gallon, is the fact that this truck will not coast. What I mean by coast is I can do this. Okay, we're doing, let's get it around the corner real quick. Even downhill right now, I'm doing 55 miles per hour. I let off the gas, right? I'm just cruising. I'm already at 45 miles per hour. That's what, I don't know, less than 10 seconds, and I'm already slowing down that quick. It's just like, when I say coasting, you know how some vehicles, you let off the gas pedal, you can still roll for another quarter of a mile. Not this thing. I know it's got big tires, I get it, but like on the highway, even downhill on the highway, you're always on the gas pedal. You have to, or else you just lose that miles per hour, that speed so quick, and it's very noticeable. I've driven trucks. I had the Ram 2500 diesel. That sucker is heavy. It's a 3/4 ton, I think, and it would still coast better than this thing would. So that is something you'll notice. Miles per gallon, like I said, just make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. And I completely forgot, even diesel is cheaper than premium right now. Thank you, Biden. But anyways, it's like $3.50 a gallon right now. So driving it for 10-15 miles, I'm literally paying $4 to go one way to work and $4 to drive it back. So it's noticeable. Like I said, it really is. All right, number 2 on my list of things I don't like about the truck. Again, talking about driving a lot of highway miles, you're going to notice when you're doing 70 or 80, I'm on auto mode right now, so everything's kind of relaxed and comfortable. But whenever you're going through construction zones or bumps and stuff like that, because the truck is set up so quiet and so comfortable and soft suspension, you are catching it on the road a little more than I'm used to. What I mean by that is, like, if you hit a bump or anything like that, you do end up kind of like, oh, you got to get it back in the mode. So you can't be, driving with one hand or driving with the knee. That's not allowed, but you know what I mean. But you just got to kind of catch it on the road. You can't put it in track mode, but that keeps the RPMs higher, and there goes 4 miles a gallon. Of course, another cop. Where are they coming from? Jesus. I hate where I live when it comes to cops, man. You can't have no fun. I hope we no tickets for a long time. But Yes, it is going to be noticeable when it comes to the handling. Like I said, it's just something you're going to have to get used to. Comfortable ride, soft ride, absolutely is a great thing, especially on the truck, which are usually set up to be, you know, just a stiffer suspension overall. But in this case, it's softer, great feel, but you do have to kind of use two hands on the road, to be honest with you, when you're driving. Now, here's another cool thing about the suspension. It's set up on those Bilstein dampeners, whatever they're called, that they adjust so quick. Let's say you took a jump, right? You literally got all four wheels off the ground. It knows that, and it will tighten the suspension of the struts up to a ton of pressure. So when you come down, unlike the Raptor in the video everybody's seen like 50 million times, where his airbags just blew out, technically it's not supposed to happen on this one if you were to ever jump it that high. So when it stiffens up, another cop, dude, you guys gotta be kidding me. But what it does is it stiffens up the suspension, and at that point, it's a stiffer drop, I guess, or stiffer landing, but it's not gonna hit anything or activate the sensors and send that shock through them, causing the airbags to explode. So that is a plus. Thank you, Ram, for figuring that out and not having any actual issues happen. Now, if you've seen it, even Street Speed 717 legitimately jumped his, and no airbags exploded. Granted, yes, he did get a little bit hurt, but like I said, it did its job. It didn't explode anything. It did what an off-road vehicle is supposed to do, and that's take a lot of abuse, and it did. It's like I'm driving a freaking race car, dude. I can switch lanes, merge, I can do whatever, as comfortably and as capably as you could on a car. Capable, that is a word I haven't used about a truck in so long. This thing is capable. It is the most capable truck I've ever been in. So I don't know if it tells you anything, but guys, I'm telling you, if you're looking for one of these, don't, like, 100% grab one. Now, retail wise or resale value wise, I don't know if it's going to hold as well as others or not. I don't know. But with SRT group going away, yes, the SRT engineers are still around, but the SRT department has dissipated or kind of been dissolved. So I don't know what that's going to do. Yes, there's going to be probably V6 hybrids and all kinds of stuff coming out. Not interested whatsoever, because I want my V8s, I want my forced induction, and that's why I grabbed one of these trucks in order to see what happens with the resale and to actually really push this thing. I do want to get it to 1,000 horsepower, 100%. It's going to happen. I don't know if it's at wheel, but for right now, at least at crank. So we're going to see what it will take to do that. Now, there is no intakes for this truck that have came out yet, period. There won't be any intakes that come out for a while. Reason being is because there is so many chambers inside that intake, which I showed you guys already. It's so big. It's designed to be able to, if water or dust got into it, it will dissipate, and by the time it gets through all the chambers, it will get out of the intake and only clean air will come in to the motor itself. Super genius, but it's just harder to replicate. It's harder to make another intake that does that and gives you more performance. So a lot of these performance companies like Rapid Tuned and HHP and stuff like that are literally saying keep the intake for now, and for that matter, keep the exhaust as well. So that's a big plus. So you don't have to mess with it. You just do the standard, you know, the pulleys and just modifying the PCM, the ECM, and all that fun stuff. So it's just the way it is. But God, dude, I can't get enough of it. There is another cop, man. I can't make this stuff up. They live this area. How many cops they got for this one little small city? It's just retarded. All right, here we go. And mash. What the crap, man? Why am I able to do that? I don't understand. Somebody make sense of this truck for me, please. Just tell me, like, give me one solid reason why this thing was ever introduced or created, period. I don't know, but all I heard was Hellcat motor in the truck. I did it. I went and just grabbed it. Let's talk about the other three things that are kind of sort of wrong that I don't like about this truck. Number 3 on the list, honestly guys, it's the fit and finish of this truck. What I mean by that is there's a lot of things that I'm starting to notice, and it's almost like they just rushed the whole production of it. So what I mean by that is, let me show you. Look at this paint job on this truck. So if you go all the way to the front of the hood, I just noticed this. Look at that. Why is there a paint drip? How did that even pass any sort of inspection, period? Like, how embarrassing is that? That's like, it's so massive there that they just let the paint drip on there and leave it like that. And then if you look, this whole like adjustment, this whole angle is not fit or finished very well. Like, it's actually way lower, about a good 1/4 of an inch than the fender itself. And I don't know, like, I started looking this side. Yeah, no, there's a little drip mark there as well, and the finish is also not very even on the hood. There's other things like, I know this is probably designed to overlap like like that, but to me, well, you can't even really see it. Let me show you on this side. So I know this is probably designed to look like that, where it kind of overlaps and goes to the hood, but look, it's actually already ripping my paint there on the side. I just noticed, I didn't even realize, but yeah, it's touching, which is not a good thing. So I'll probably need to get that looked at. I don't know, just the stuff like that maybe, I don't know, they just rushed it, they didn't think about it, period. But yeah, this whole piece is very loose, so I don't know. It's just, for a $90,000 truck, you don't expect that kind of stuff to happen. Number 4 on my list is, well, this is the funny part of this truck. It's the bed. Well, if you can call it a bed, that's more like a Honda Ridgeline size 5-foot bed. And with this ram bar, or well, if you put this wheel in there or tire, you got like maybe 1.5 feet to 2 feet of space left. So you could probably throw away your, you know, your trash from your house. That's about it. So if you really want to use it as a truck, you can kiss that idea goodbye, because that's not happening. It's just the way it is. But I don't know. I don't like the bed. Like my Ram 2500 came with like a 6.5 foot bed. That was a legitimate bed. Like we moved our house and I used that truck more than the U-Haul because it was just so practical. Not very practical when it comes to actually the bed of it. But I guess, you know, it is a Baja truck, so you don't want too long of a wheelbase, because that could mess up if you're jumping it or whatever. I don't know what the excuse could have been for that, but at least add another 6 inches. I mean, that's not that much to ask for. That's what she said. Anyways, the last thing I don't like about this truck, guys, and we just kind of have to get in it to be able to talk about it. Not too big of a deal. That's why I put it as the last thing on my list, but it is kind of somewhat important to me, at least. So remember how I said, that sucker sounds so good. Remember how I said that it's got this camera built in here for the rear view? So now you see me, now you don't. Now, daytime looks amazing, super crystal clear. I mean, you can see everything in there. It's almost like looking at a TV screen. So at nighttime, it's literally like you cannot use that camera at all. Everything is extremely blurry. It looks like somebody took, I don't know, and smeared some sort of butter or something on the back window as if you're using a rear view through that, and you just can't see. You can make out the headlights. That's about it, though. You can't see what kind of car it is. It's just a very poor quality night camera, I guess. I don't know if that's normal on all the cameras, but the way I use it is like daytime, absolutely. I kick that on because it's easier. The headrests aren't in the way, nothing like that. So it makes it super simple. But at nighttime, I just use the regular rear view mirror because it actually makes more sense. It makes driving a little bit more safer that way, believe it or not. So it is what it is. And just like that, guys, we are going to end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It feels so good to be back on YouTube, guys. If you love the content, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscription. Tell me what you want to see next. Now, in the next video, of course, we are going to be talking about the other vehicle that we got that's 800 horsepower from factory, as well as we're going to be putting this thing on a dyno. Believe it or not, I do want to see what it puts down. So we got to find an all-wheel drive dyno, probably the same one we used for the GTR, and see what kind of power it puts down to the wheels, of course, because being a 6,400-pound truck, I'm going to say with 700 at crank, you're probably talking low 6s, probably just like a regular Charger would be, maybe even less than that, who knows, but we'll find out super soon. I love it, guys. I hope you enjoy this truck as much as I do. Like I said, drop a subscription because there's a lot of content coming non-stop, twice a week, and no matter what, it is coming this way, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for enjoying and being a part of this channel and being a part of this crew, guys. But we're gonna have an amazing season this year, so thank you guys so much. Enjoy your life, enjoy your trucks, whatever vehicle you may be driving, and I will see you next time. Peace.